Right, so people are really unhappy with Bella Ramsey playing Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2. And while this is something I don't care all too much about, it is a conversation that has dominated the internet. So I want to dive into this a little bit and discuss why people are unhappy with her and maybe defend them a little bit, because I think some of the criticisms are way too harsh. So I've seen a lot of this hate brewing up over the last 6 months or so. People in anticipation of part 2 of The Last of Us have been a bit critical of Bella Ramsey as Ella, and they were critical of them in season 1 too. But I'm noticing it getting a bit worse, and it's all accelerated over the last week because of the release of this poster. Now, this is a recreation of the famous Last of Us Part 2 poster, which is a really cool poster, and people are really not impressed with Bella Ramsey's portrayal of Ellie in this poster. I mean, she does look a bit more gentle as Ellie, and I'm referring to Bella Ramsey. I know she's non-binary, but I'm referring to her as she because the character is a woman, so hold your horses. So the character here looks a little more ponderous, less angry, less vengeful, but I mean, it might not be a direct recreation of the poster. We don't even know the context it's in, so I would give it a benefit of doubt, even though I don't think it's as cool as the original poster, to be honest. The comments on Twitter and online don't necessarily agree with me. This gotta be the least intimidating person I've ever seen. I mean, I don't know about least intimidating, but I kind of agree with this. It doesn't look very angry. Again, we don't know the context though. We have some comedians as well in the comments. The Autism of Us season 2. Maybe I'm too woke that I just don't find that funny. And by far my favourite comment, she does look all fucked up though. Could you imagine if this was some bitch's dating profile pic? I mean, I can imagine Steven has done a lot of swiping on dating profiles, considering he's probably been rejected quite a bit. I mean, look at this guy. How do, I know I'm not a woman, right? But how do some men get the audacity to talk about women like this? Is crazy. Also the swearing, calm it down. It's not cool. Eminem stopped being cool about 15 years ago. Jesus Christ. Basically, Bella Ramsey gets a lot of hate, and I'd be interested to know what you guys think, because all of this is on Twitter, it's online. I think people who tend to watch my channel, I hope they're a bit more thoughtful than the hateful echo chambers we get on those online groups. So let me know what you think. I mean, if you agree, I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I'm just interested to see if this is a Twitter thing or if this is generally a thing that a lot of people feel. So let's talk a bit about Bella Ramsey. They're a 21-year-old, so again, very young, even younger than me. And I know 21 sounds old to people who haven't reached 21 yet, but basically a lot of people who are 21 are still in university. So very young and very successful. Bella is non-binary, which could be relevant to the discussion. Personally, again, I don't have any issues with this. I don't think a lot of people do either. But when someone is non-binary, it can upset a few people. Again, it's a difficult discussion. It's not something I want to delve into deeply to, because again, I don't care too much about Bella's identity. But it's worth mentioning. And also, again, a very successful actress. Bella was in Game of Thrones, and I really liked the performance they gave in Game of Thrones. Bella did sort of become fodder for them to just have someone to kill in the Night of a Long Watch. That big bad battle at the end. So there was some controversy in season 1. A lot of people were really unhappy with Bella Ramsey's casting, and there was a big public debate about this. Definitely more of a debate than there is now, because there is discussion, but there were more people disagreeing back then. Back then, some of the arguments were that Bella was too ugly to play Ellie, and of course Ellie is supposed to be a teenager. Ellie's very young in the video games, so calling Bella Ramsey ugly is sort of giving the implication that you need a teenager to be good looking in order for you to enjoy the show, which I agree with the criticism. The criticism being, this is a weird point to make. I think in season 1, Bella did a really good job of playing Ellie. A lot of people seem to agree. I don't necessarily think it was Oscar worthy or anything, but Bella definitely gave a great performance and had great chemistry with Pedro Pascal, which is kind of the most important thing for Ellie and Joel's characters together. The actors together, they seem to really enjoy working together, and I think season 1 was a success. A lot of the criticism was dismissed. But the criticism has come back for season 2, and I think this one is a bit more valid because there are some concerns over the time skip. Ellie doesn't look much older, and look, Bella Ramsey is older, but you have to admit, they do look quite similar to how they did a few years ago. And again, this idea that Bella's not intimidating. In the second game, I mean, at first appearance, Ellie doesn't really look intimidating, but she definitely looks a whole lot more intimidating than Bella Ramsey does. Bella Ramsey kind of, no offense to her, and this is a bit of a compliment in a way, they kind of have this aura of an Ewok from Star Wars. They look very short, they don't look very threatening, so I can kind of understand where people are coming from with this criticism, and I do agree with it a little bit. Point that people are making is that while Bella Ramsey was a great Ellie for season 1, in season 2 or part 2, Bella Ramsey might not cut it. They might not be convincing enough, and that's fair enough. People have given alternatives for performances. I mean, a lot of people point out Kaylee Spenny, who did amazing in Alien Romulus, and I agree, on the surface this looks like a great casting. It's definitely a fan casting, and to be honest, the amount she looks like Ellie is kind of freakish. She looks exactly like Ellie from the games. But even this whole idea that they have to look like doing the games exist. If you want someone who looks like they do in the games, go and play the games. I mean, the games are better than the show anyway, they always are, so go and do that. But there's nothing stopping you from playing the games, okay? And the show needs to set itself apart as well, so I don't mind them having actors that look different. Again, this is a different universe in a way, that this show has to be different, it has to set itself apart from the game. And also, I mean, Kaylee Spenny might not want to do The Last of Us. A lot of people saying, oh, Kaylee Spenny's right there. And I mean, she definitely looks the role, and you know, her character in Alien Romulus was similar to what you expect from Ellie. But at the same time, she might be busy. She might be doing something else. You never know, right? I know that's me speculating, I know, but I mean, hopefully she is busy because she's a great actress. Hopefully she's busy. Ultimately, I think Bella Ramsey deserves a chance to prove themselves in the final season, or what I'm assuming will be the final season of The Last of Us. I think they did a great job in season 1, and season 2, part 2, it might take a different trajectory. It might be somewhat different to the video game. I mean, hopefully it is, because a lot of people don't like the second game, and if the second show gets the same amount of criticism, I know this channel is built on criticizing things, but Jesus, there's only so much you can take. So valid criticisms, but ignore the Twitter hate mob. That's the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to like the video, subscribe as well. I really appreciate all the support I've been getting. I've not been as active recently, but a lot of people have still been subscribing and interacting with my videos, so I appreciate all that, all the support I get. It's incredible. Also, consider becoming a member. If you want to see videos like this a day early, then why not? It's only $2.99 and it helps the channel out, and I really appreciate it. So thank you for watching. A bit of a different video, but yeah, I enjoyed talking about it, so cheers for that. Bye bye.